What's up, disc golfers? Joe here for Joe's Disc Golf. A little bit of a new intro there, just trying some stuff out, just hanging out here in the studio. It is December 23rd, but this podcast will definitely go live on Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas to all of you who are out there watching or listening to all of this. Maybe you're traveling for the holidays, maybe you're just sitting at home, I don't know, but should be a good time this year. Getting out, getting to see family, getting to see friends, maybe playing some disc golf. I know I'm going to get out on the course because they're talking about 50 degrees here in Northeast Indiana. That is downright balmy, except that they're talking about a whole bunch of rain. So, maybe I'll get out, maybe I won't. I don't know. But, yeah, tons of fun stuff going on here. We've got a few new things here at joesdiscgolf.com. Just going to go ahead and plug that website real quick here, just because, joesdiscgolf.com is probably one of the best disc golf sites that you can go out and find, where you can get your news and all the latest things. We have a new feature right here on Joe's Disc Golf on the main page. We have the current disc golf player contract tracker. Although, let's be real, disc golf contracts don't really mean anything here. They're more of a suggestion than anything else. But that's because we're not talking about a lot of money here. You want to bet that Discraft and Paul McBeth signed an iron-tight contract? Yeah, you better believe it. 10 years, $10 million? They are definitely just like, no. We need the lawyers. We need all the lawyers to get in here and make sure all this is done right. We want to protect. Paul McBeth wants to protect himself from any shady things that Discraft might do. I'm not saying Discraft would do that. You just, it's safe than sorry, and vice versa. You don't want Paul McBeth to back out of this deal for some God knows why reason, why he would ever want to back out of that. But I don't believe that would happen ever. But maybe not ever, but most likely, things like that aren't going to happen just out of the blue. So, but Discraft definitely was like, oh, hang on, we got to get the lawyers in here. And we want to make sure all this is done right and all buttoned up and all that stuff. So we have here, you can sort, if you go to joesdiscgolf.com, and then you can go on over to the player contracts. It's real nice, handy there up at the top of the menu. You can sort by first name, last name, type, whether that's an extension, a move, a signing, an early termination. Sort by manufacturer from where they're going from, or sort by manufacturer of where they're going to. Now, it can get a little wonky there because some people have two major sponsors. One of them being, say, Matt Bell is sponsored by both ThoughtSpace and EV7. So, if your guy or gal is saddled up with two horses, one is got to be first, and that's how it sorts by it. So, hey, that's just how it goes here. I try to keep this consistent. I try to keep this up to date. They're supposed to be, but it looks like it. When I migrated my system over, it did not come with. It is supposed to have when it was last updated, and it was last updated, I believe, on the 21st, so 2 days ago from the time of recording. But we've got everybody that I could find. I used Ultiworld's handy dandy notebook. No, not their handy dandy notebook. We're not looking for a Blue's Clue. We're looking for the words in my head that are just escaping me right now. Their handy dandy contract tracking setup that they do per year, but they don't have any global thing. And I found it really tedious trying to figure out who's where and when and what all their contracts are going to do and when things are going to end and all that fun jazz. And finally, I was like, you know what? There is no website that consolidates everything from all the previous years. Ultiworld does a good job with tracking current, like what's going on right now, right this second. But as soon as next year hits, they kind of wipe it. It gets buried in the links. It's gone. And it is a huge pain in the butt to try to find. So I decided to make things easy for everybody here. Posted that on Reddit a couple days ago to mostly positive responses. I had a few people asking, why the hell would you do something like this? Well, that's because in most other sports, pretty much all the other sports, there's something along those lines. You can find out pretty easy when so-and-so's contract is up and how much money they're getting. Maybe not the bonus incentives, but you have a pretty good idea of what their guaranteed money is. I mean, it's not uncommon, what Aaron Rodgers got that $100 million deal, all those big things, baseball, everybody with their $500-600 million deals. So I figure we're going to get there someday in disc golf, maybe not that high, but we're going to get there. And I want to make sure that, we're keeping track of everything. And I have bolded a bunch of the ones that end in 2021. Some people that I haven't heard or found renew or extend anything. And, I am one person just working on this. So first, I'd like to say, cut me some slack. If something happens, I may not be able to edit the website the minute something happens, the minute Adam Hams signs a new deal, a new extension with Discraft, or, I don't know, Cole Radalin, does another big deal here, doing something. I am one person just working on that. The other thing is, I'm also just one person working on this, trying to keep everything up to date. So if you guys hear of anything credible, some contract from somebody that is going on, something that's going down, some new player, something, I don't know, some current vet plays some tournament and then, he gets signed up for a bigger contract middle of the season, I may or may not hear about that right away. So if you do see or hear anything like that, send me a tweet at Joe's Disc Golf, Instagram at Joe's Disc Golf, email Joe at Joe's Disc Golf, any of those, and you can get a hold of me and let me know. But I need credible sources. Like if they post it on their personal Instagram, or if Prodigy posts something, or Legacy posts something, or Latitude posts something, you get my idea. Or if it's been up on Ultiworld's website or some other website, maybe there's a blog post, email chain, something coming out from an official source, from a manufacturer, from, DGPM or Schaefer representatives. I forget what that one is. They're basically DGPM, just different company doing that. So if you find anything like that, that would be great. I'm trying to keep up on top of this. Again, as I said a couple times, I'm just one person working on this. I'm doing my best. I'm trying as hard as I can here. Just trying to make sure that I can get this all squared away here and just keep everybody up to date because it's fun. Fantasy disc golf has grown huge in this last year. Go to skipbase.com. I don't run that. I don't do anything. They don't promote here. They don't do any of that stuff, but it was a ton of fun. I did Skip Ace with some friends. I did Skip Ace with some of the open ones. I think Dynamic Disc did one. And if you finish better than some of their podcast hosts, you got thrown into a prize. You could get a prize. You got a randomly drawn, you get a disc or $10 gift card or something like that. I joined all those and those were a ton of fun. I think that's a lot of fun. I'm thinking about doing a Joe's Disc Golf Skip Ace thing. Maybe there'll be some prizes. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. Things might happen. Things might not. Right now, we're still in the end of December. We got a little bit of time. Keep seeing those emails for the Disc Golf Convention in Las Vegas. It is the week before Las Vegas Challenge. Yours truly will not be there because 1, I have work. 2, that's a lot of time off I have to take. 3, I will have like a 5-month-old baby and there's no way I would ever be able to get away. 1, my wife would kill me. 2, I don't want to be away from her for that long. A lot of things happen. She's grown up incredibly fast. So I won't be there, but I will keep my eye on it. It looks like they have a ton of confirmed pros for different panels. I'm hoping they have some online stuff there that hopefully I can follow and just keep up with that. I don't know exactly, but it looks like it should be just a ton of fun. I think we're going to have a blast there doing all that. I would love to see the disc golf convention grow and just hopefully things will continue to trend in that direction. And somehow we got to that from talking about the website. So, connect the dots, la, 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 just like Elmo's world. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. Not a lot happening this week. Probably not a lot happening next week in the world of disc golf, just between Christmas and the New Year and whatever holiday you celebrate. So don't be afraid to just send out, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Festivus for the rest of us. Put up your aluminum pole in the corner. It shows it's a great choice because of its overall strength to weight ratio, its rigidity. It's still light, still a lot of fun to throw. And just tons of stuff going on like that. Getting out, playing a little bit of disc golf this week with the time off from work, doing sports medicine at a high school. I do get a little bit of time off here and there. Was able to get out and shoot around 2 rounds at Tillman Park, which if you're ever in the Fort Wayne area, Tillman Park is one of the best ones you can go to. It is very challenging, though I will say right now, this time of year, it is a little bit easier. And I emphasize a little bit easier because the honeysuckle is still brutal. You can just kind of see where you're going to go now without all the leaves on the trees and in the bushes and all that stuff. You get off the fairway, you're taking some big numbers, most likely. It's a great course. It's a ton of fun. It is not highly rated on there because, unfortunately, a lot of people who don't have the skills to play that course and then rate it kind of poorly. I'm not trying to be elitist or anything like that. It's just, you just got to know, like, if I go to Hornet's Nest, I'm not going to do well, probably. Like, I might get lucky. I might have some great lucky shots, get all the right tree kicks, and have a good score. But probably not. But I'm not dinging the course on that because it's hard. I know it's hard. Or in Tyler, Texas at Dogwood. Is it gold, black? The hard one, the really hard one. Playing that, I know that's really hard and I'm excited. I like those technical courses. I love those hard courses. So I'm not going to knock a course because it's hard and I shot poorly. That is a reflection of my skill, not a reflection of the course. So, just keep that in mind, I guess, when you're pulling out your UDisc stats, which I thought, that what UDisc sent out to everybody recently. Sorry if I seem scattered, but kind of going off of everything here. Don't have a lot of things to talk about, so I'm going off the top of my head here. And but going back to UDisc, some fun stats that they threw out there. I thought it was pretty cool. I managed to play more rounds than 90% of disc golfers. And let me preface this. That is disc golfers using UDisc. While it is a hugely popular app, not everybody uses it because, whatever. You don't have to. I also played more courses than 80% of people. One of the fun stats I thought they did was how far you've thrown total and all of that. And it was 80, I think I was like 82 or 86 miles. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't have my phone right next to me to be able to really check that accurately. But that was pretty sweet there. And then I had over 4,000 throws. I can't remember what it was, but it came out to about 105 feet per throw, which I was like, wow, that's that feels kind of pathetic. And then I realized I had a lot of 2 putts and 3 putts. So, that'll ding you right there. Because sure, I've got a 500-foot hole and I just threw it 400 feet. And then I just threw it 60 feet. And then I just threw it 55 feet. And now I'm throwing it another, 20 something feet. And I finally banged the putt. So that all factors into it. I thought that was a really cool stat. I played one course that was in the top 100. That was Delwood Park. And then I played in 2 cities in the top 50, which I believe is they lumped Chicagoland in as one, and probably Grand Rapids would be the other. Otherwise, I've only really played around Fort Wayne, and maybe Fort Wayne's up there. I don't know exactly, but that's what that is there. And just kind of checking out all the deals, all the Black Friday deals, all the other fun stuff going on. Thought I would take a chance on the Royal box for their mystery-ish box, which, speaking of mystery boxes, it seems like there have been a couple people who are not particularly thrilled with mystery boxes or group box rate deals from manufacturers. Several people on Reddit have equated them to loot boxes, and I disagree. While you may not know exactly what you're getting there, it's all plastic you're going to throw, or it's going to be really cool stamps, limited run stuff for collections. Like if you like to collect, you're going to get something that in a lot of cases, they're not going to be putting anywhere else. So maybe you'll find it on eBay. Maybe if you want to do it that way, like, okay, you don't want to spend $100 on a mystery box, so you'll spend $50 on the cool disc that was in one of them. Hey, cool, whatever. One person was very much against that and said they are highway robbery, essentially, and I don't agree with that. If you are buying a mystery box from a manufacturer, or even, I know like the guys at Foundation did mystery boxes, some of it is to clear out some stock, but it also gives you a chance to throw discs that you probably wouldn't have bought. It's giving you a chance to go, all right, I don't know if I want to throw the Boatman. You can see that over my shoulder here. I probably never would have bought the Boatman. I've thrown it a handful of times. It's not my cup of tea, but it's still a cool disc. It's got a pretty cool stamp, so that's pretty nice. But let's go ahead and try and do this unboxing. And for the podcast people, I will do my best here. This is the beautiful Royal box with the crown up above it. It has the Roman numeral 4 in the upper left-hand corner. We're going to go ahead and open this. I haven't opened this yet, so I'm curious to see what all is in here. And all right, first we've got a Latitude 64 bracelet with a Royal thing on it. It's rubbery. It's small, black. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Might throw it on my bag and just hold on to my bag tags if the strap holds up well enough. I don't know. Might pop off and I don't want to lose my bag tag there. There is a prototype disc in here, so I want to pull that one last, and we'll see how this goes. So the first up is the Opto River. I've got mine in a milky white with a dark navy blue stamp. It's actually really cool. It's a fairway driver. It's speed 7, glide 7, -1 turn, 1 fade. So pretty straight. I've never actually thrown the River. I've thrown the River Pro, which is a slightly slower, a little more stable, little less glide disc. And I've actually I used to really enjoy throwing that one, but unfortunately it's not something I really throw much anymore. It doesn't quite slot into my bag. I have a few other discs in my bag that are right around there. The Evader and the Escape kind of come to mind for the River Pro. Now the regular River, I might give this one a throw. This looks like a pretty cool disc. That might get out there. Moving on to the next one is the... Whoa, everything's falling over. Oops. All right, so when you take the discs out, the box will probably fall over. I have an Opto X Havoc with a yellow... It's yellow. It's neon yellow, Dayglow yellow, with a maroon purple stamp here. That's pretty sweet. But the numbers on the Havoc are a speed 13, glide 5, turn of -1, fade of 3. So it is right around the Sheriff, a little more stable than the Sheriff, kind of around the Bolt, the Halo, Raider. So I expect this to fly, because of being Opto X, I expect it to fly a lot more stable than the Raider that I have, although I do have a Goldline Raider, and that is still pretty stable. I haven't hit too many trees with it yet. I leave that option open for the future. But the Opto X Havoc is actually a pretty sweet disc. this might be something that I take out to the field and throw around a little bit just to kind of see how it flies and maybe get a review out on it. A lot of discs here to review. This is actually probably one of my favorite discs I have here just because it goes with the color of my bag. And that is the Opto X. Oh, nope, just straight up Opto Mall. This is a sweet disc. It is a speed 7, glide 7, turn of -2, fade of 1. So it sits right around like Maverick, kind of around the river. It should have a very similar flight as the river, a little more understable. So you should be able to get it to fly off to the right more than you would the river, which is right here. So hopefully that'll be there, and we'll see how that flies. I'll try to take that out to the field. I'm going to try to take pretty much all of these out to the field and throw them and see how they go. The stamp on this is really cool. They've got a Norse guy with the horned helmet. The horns are kind of turned forward, and he's got what looks like essentially a roofing hammer, but kind of like Mjolnir. So Mjolnir's baby brother is what I'll end up calling that one. But I do like the sparkle on this one. Generally, from what I found, the sparkly discs that I've gotten from Latitude, Dynamic, or Westside have tended to fly a little more stable, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I do really like those discs, but, we'll see. Maybe these will slot into my bag. Maybe there's too much overlap. Just looking at the river and the mall, I would probably only pick one of those just because they're so close to each other that I don't think I would pick either one. And even then, my escape kind of fits that slot pretty well. The evader's kind of right in there too. But you never know. I've got an Opto Chameleon, so this should be pretty stable, core. And the core is in a weird situation speed-wise. It's kind of in that crossover. It's almost a fairway, but it's still kind of a mid-range. It's got a wider rim. It is a speed 6, glide 5, turn -0.5, fade of 1. So this is going to be a pretty straight disc. It's going to be pretty stable there, which is pretty cool. It is a much straighter, far glidier Justice, according to the numbers. But the color here with the Chameleon is pretty sweet. In the right light, it's almost purpley. But if you kind of angle it, then it's also like this navy blue. It's got this slick red stamp right in the middle that I think is pretty awesome. And last, but certainly not least, we have a Keystone. And the Keystone is a nice putter. It is speed 2, glide 5, turn -1, and a fade of 1. I know some people putt with this. It's pretty cool. This is in nice white, however, moonshine plastic here. So it will have a nice green glow to it. I'm not going to try to mess with that right now because 1, audio podcast, you don't get the benefit. And 2, it's been in a dark box for a while, so I don't know how well it's going to actually go. This is also zero hybrid. So it is got an interesting feel. It's got a lot of tack to it. It's kind of nice. I would never putt with this because it doesn't have a bead. And I really like having a bead on my putter. It's all a feel thing. It has nothing to do with anything. The Keystone is a very good disc. It is a very good disc. And it might work its way into my bag as a thrower. Probably not. I really love my judges, both for putting and for throwing. I feel like I'm money with those. With every shot I take with them, I love the judge. I love throwing my judge in times where I want the disc to finish essentially straight or even turn over a bit. I would throw my guard, my moonshine guard, which is pretty sweet there too. We have in this also the prototype Glory. There's a little insert here that we got with it that came in the bag, and I will read it for you. Hi there. This is the Royal Box 4, and I'm glad you got a box. All of us here at Latitude 64 are really looking forward to hearing what you think about the prototype Royal Grand Glory, plus the 4 classics, but very limited Latitude 64 molds you have in this box. In the fall of 2020, we introduced the Rive and the Faith in the Royal Box 1, and the Grace and the Trust in the Royal Box 2. Early in 2021, we introduced the Hope in the Royal Box 3. These discs all have the Next Edge feel for improved feel and rim smoothness. The Next Feel for improved surface grip and flex. With this box, we are introducing Glory, the first fairway driver in the Royal lineup. This is definitely something we need for the Royal line of discs. Our vision was a driver that falls between the Explorer and the Pioneer in stability, and it would suit backhand and forehand shots equally well. I really think we found the sweet spot we were looking for. Let us know what you think. Go ahead and, go to this website, use the QR code, give them your thoughts. And I've got this sweet purple. Like, this is actually really cool. The Glory prototype. Purple, swirly-ish with, let's see if I can get this on camera without, reflecting too much light. There we go. Darker purple rim, lighter in the middle, with a nice purple stamp in that says Royal. Their classic Royal stamp. I guess if you can call it classic, it's only about a year old, or 2 years old by now. So I can't wait to get out there to throw that and definitely get a review on that. The Royal, if it sits right there, right between the Explorer and the Pioneer, that could be pretty cool. I don't bag an Explorer, but maybe not. Who knows? I've added a few discs to my bag as well. A few things that I've done here. I actually impressed one of the guys that I was golfing with earlier this week. I'd never played with him before. Great guy. A lot of fun. We had a good time. Shot like crap. Both of us. We were playing terrible. Just awful rounds. But we had fun. It was a good time. When you're out playing disc golf and you're having fun, who cares? But I pulled out the blowfly, balled it up, and just chucked it. And it actually, it worked out. I had zero chance of a putt from where I was off the fairway. And it was just a really bad spot. And I was not very happy with where I was. Incredibly tight ceiling. I was probably 45, 50 feet out. Could not hyzer anything out. Too much crap in the way. Couldn't really go straight at it with anything on it. There's too much stuff in the way again. So I just balled it up, tossed it, landed right under the basket, popped open, and just sat down. It was great. And guys like, what the hell was that? I don't even know. He used other words, but I'm being nice here. So I'm, editing a little bit. And it was actually pretty cool. Had a lot of fun doing that, playing with that. That's a new one in there. I got my hands on a tilt. Wow, I love it. The Meta Tilt is awesome. I've used it a few times already. I also have put my Discraft Flick back in there. So I'm slowly expanding my bag into a few different molds to see what's out there and having a lot of fun doing it. But that's probably all I got for now. Short episode here, sitting right about a half hour. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for being patient with me because I was able to fix the audio issues that I had with the last episode. I apologize for that. Technical issues. Turns out I had a crap USB cable that ran from my mixer, essentially. It's not a mixer. It's the Behringer Euphoria. It's where I plug my microphone in. It's a DAC, digital analog converter. Words are hard. Takes the analog signal from my microphone, turns it into a digital signal, throws it right into my computer where I record and you guys can listen to me talk here. However, that cable was kind of going bad. It got wonky. Didn't know it until after I recorded, 45 minutes? It was so bad. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have published that last episode, but this one is hopefully better. Again, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you're listening. You can find this all on your audio podcast. Obviously, if you're listening there already, bueno, go ahead and leave a review. 5 stars is the correct amount for that. Anything less, and actually, I don't think you can put anything less. I think it's actually broken. You can only put 5 stars. So might as well go do that. Like this video. I know only likes can be seen on YouTube, but you know, if you dislike it, that's okay. That's fine. I'll get to see it and I'll know to change some things. I really think YouTube should have left that dislike counter up there, but hey, that's a whole different topic for a different podcast for sure. Don't forget to subscribe. Find me on Twitter, on Instagram, at Joe's Disc Golf, Facebook, at Joe's Disc Golf, all that fun stuff. Shoot me an email, joe@joesdiscgolf.com. Can't wait to see you all in the next video. I've been Joe, you've been awesome, and don't forget to thank Treesus when you get a great tree kick, and if you get a less than favorable tree kick, you need to repent and reflect, because Treesus is trying to teach you something. Thank you all for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.